Hi guys, welcome to a new FDNY21 video, and today I bought yet another car. The Audi Coupe GT from 1988. So the Audi Coupe has been a long time in the making for me. About 7 or 8 years ago, I saw a leaflet for Rally Day at Coupe while I was at another event there, which had an Audi Quattro rally car on the front of it. And ever since then, I've been really into the Audi Quattro, half obsessed over it. Slightly, okay, Georgina's pulling face. I have obsessed over it a little bit. You know, I've got the Corgi Vanguard models and stuff to match. And I've been to loads of rally events since because I like them so much. So I've been to, you know, shows such as Audi Driver International, Race Retro, where there's, you know, a lot of the rally cars, but also, especially Audi Driver International, you get the normal ones as well. You know, GTs, you get the non-turbo Quattros and the rally cars. So you've got loads there, and you've also got the 80 Quattro, 90 Quattro, and the sports, all of that. There's loads of B2s which I absolutely love, and I've always wanted one since then. And after I saw that leaflet, I saw an Audi Quattro in a car park a few months later, and I really liked it. And you know, I've seen so many since by going to all these shows and stuff. I've seen a couple in the wild, so to speak, and I've gone ballistic when I've seen them, because you just don't really see these things about anymore. You know, they're 1980 design up to, you know, late 80s, early 90s. So there's just not many of these cars around now. And basically, you know, I had an Audi Quattro Turbo as my prom car as well about 5 years ago, and ever since basically that start point where I saw that leaflet and everything else in between, where I've done all of these things, and you know, I've had my Italian car phase, which I'm still way into my Italian cars. I'm always going to have Italian scrap in my house. You know, I'm putting my hands up to that, but I've always wanted this, and this is where we come into this. This is a 1988 Audi Coupe GT with the 2.2 5-cylinder fuel injected. Really nice engine, sounds absolutely amazing. I've always wanted a 5-cylinder as well, ever since I heard those rally cars. So yeah, this is it. I think it's absolutely amazing. So the GT, it is the front wheel drive. As you may know, if you're into Quattros and stuff, Quattro Turbo has set you back 30-40 grand now, and the non-turbo has still cost you maybe 10. So I've been looking for a while. I've always been looking, but I thought now was the time to just go out and do it, because look at it. I love it.
You only live once.
You only live once. And this one has been owned by a man called Steve, 5 years, in Cardiff, and Georgina herself has seen this actual car at Asda in Cardiff. So you know, she's seen it before. I've seen pictures of it before, because Georgina here took pictures of it, and I've seen a picture of this car while it showed up on Car and Classic about a week ago, and I saw a picture of this next to the prom car we had, the Quattro Turbo, a few years back on the Dialinks Audi specialist page. So I almost thought, you know, it was meant to be in a way. You know, I'm not massively into this whole fate thing, but I've always wanted one of these, and this one has crossed our paths so much, if you see what I mean. So yes, this one, if we talk about GTs, it's sort of like a more top brand price. I'm not going to go into how much I spent, but essentially I wanted to pay for a car that have been looked after. So that's why I went for this one. I mean, just look at the interior in here. It's been really looked after inside as well. No wear to these seats at all. It's just really nice inside, and it's really nice outside, because this particular car has had a full respray last year. It had all the rust cut out of it. It had rust on this wing, this scuttle, and I believe the rear seams on the arches as well, and it was all cut out, welded up. And this is also what I loved. The previous owner gave me all the pictures while it was having all that work done, so all the new metal, I could see the new metal going on, all of the work done to it, and then the respray afterwards. And look at it, it's Tornado Res, it's the original colour, and it really pops, and in the sun it looks absolutely amazing. And I'm really glad I bought this one, rather than, as you know, we normally buy projects and we do them up, but this one is sorted. I've spent a bit more money, but you know, getting a full respray and the amount of money that this guy has put into this car and the amount of love that he's put into this car over the last 5 years he's had it, it's amazing. I think that's why I went for this one. I didn't just want to buy one for, you know, £1 or £2 grand and do loads of stuff to it, because I've bought enough rusty cars, I've done enough welding. It's time to buy one that I've always wanted and just drive it, and it's been an absolute pleasure to drive. So I'm going to show you around a few more things now. So first place I wanted to bring you was under the bonnet, because this is where the magic happens with the inline 5-cylinder engine. I think this is an amazing engine. I mean, you've got the longitudinally mounted with the gearbox at the back, drive shafts coming out the side, turnabout right at the front. I think it's an amazing sounding engine, and essentially that's all there is to it for me, because I just absolutely love the 5-cylinder engine note and the exhaust note. It's just something I've always liked, and it's something that the previous owner has really taken care of. He's always had this engine and the whole car serviced at Dialinks Audi specialists, so it's always had the right history. It's been well looked after under here as well as on the outside. So ultimately, you know, I'm going to do my service bits, but this is a really tidy, looked after car with a big old Yuasa battery as well, which is great. And, you know, fresh coolant, you've got fresh oil filter was done earlier on this year, I believe. It's just nice to have something that's tidy and something that's so nice. So coming back to the inside, we have these mats here, which are Audi 80 sport mats, which came out of Steve's old Audi 80 that he had from 1986 till 2014, I believe it was, which is when that car unfortunately got written off, and those mats ended up in this car, and so did the gear knob, which this thing on top does move around, but there's obviously a homage to his old Audi 80 in here as well, which is really nice, I think. But the interior in here did have the sort of like brownish style, but these seats have been changed to grey ones in his ownership, which are in really good condition. And I think it does work with the door cards and everything else as well. You know, you've got these colours that sort of go together, and yeah, there's no wear to these seats, which is really nice. And in here, I never knew that this was actually a 5-seater as well. You do have your lap belt in the back of here. I'm not sure if you would want to sit in the middle of here, but the option is there. You've got these speakers in the back. I mean, I'm rambling on here. These are just seats in the back, you know. But there you go. We'll figure out how to put that back eventually. But yes, here it is. It's got the original radio in it and everything as well. The window switches work. Everything just works, which is really nice. So yeah, I thought I'd just quickly show you that. And now let's look up there. We've got the sunroof, which I believe was a problem point for some of these cars due to rust and stuff, you know, around the sunroof area, but this one's absolutely fine. And we have a dog joining us now. Let's coming around to the back now. I've always loved the design on the back of these as well. So you've got the low-level spoiler. These look really weird without a spoiler. If you take that off, that looks really odd. But obviously the badging here, I've always liked this style where you've got the whole thing. Is, you know, you've got the black, you've got this coupe tailblazer kind of thing in between your rear lights. I've always liked that, and I love this design as well with the vents. I just love the shape of this, and I just think it's a really nice car. The wheels really set off the sills. I could ramble on forever, but basically,
You could.
Yeah, I really could. But basically, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. I absolutely love this car, and I've been driving it quite a lot this weekend. And I know Steve was very sad to see it go, because he's had it for 5 years. He didn't really want to get rid of it, but he listed it for sale because circumstances otherwise aside, you know, he's happy it went to a good home with us, because I think that's really important for a car. I wouldn't want to sell a car to just anyone. You know, we've always been into our classics, and I've always been into these Audi coupes, and this car is going to be really well looked after, and I'm glad that he's really looked after it as well. So big thanks to Steve, and I'm sure you'll be seeing much more of his car on this channel, but we will give it a few revs.